Ekko versus Malzahar is a battle of aggression versus patience. If you play this matchup right, Malzahar will never get to scale and you'll take control of the game. If you don't, well, you'll be stuck under tower like a stepsister in a washing. Let's break it down step by step, starting with enemy point of view. Malzahar wants a slow, controlled lane where he can farm safely and hit his key power spike. Here is how he plays at different levels. Malzahar has a passive shield. When he hasn't recently taken damage or been crowd controlled, Malzahar gains massive damage reduction and crowd control immunity. At level 1, Malzahar starts E and looks the last hit while letting the whatever that thing is push the wave for him. He wants to avoid trading at all times until his passive shield refreshes. Basically, he plays like a scared house cat. Mama. I really don't get how people find this champion fun to play, to be honest. If there are any Malzahar OTPs out there, please let us know. From level 2 to 3, he'll continue to farm safely using void links to control the wave and harass you at the same time. If you step up too close, his void links will chase you down like crazy. They will also target you if you're affected by his E. From level 4 to 5, if he gets an early lost chapter, he'll start spamming abilities to push the wave harder and make it difficult for you to engage. He can even stay under tower while the wave is pushing for him. At this point, he's living the shove and chill life. At level 6, this is his main power spike. This is by far the hardest combo in League of Legends history. Alright folks, buckle up and grab your popcorn because it's time to witness the ultimate press R and pray combo. Post level 6, Malzahar has two options. First option, if his jungler is active on the map, he will focus on pushing waves and roam with his jungler. The second option, you guessed it right, he'll become an annoying super minion pushing towards Nexus. He'll either stay mid or push his side lane and become the ultimate tower destroyer. I'm not saying that Malzahar is a good split pusher, but his ability to push waves fast is definitely something I need to mention. Next is Ekko's game plan. You need to break Malzahar's passive and play around his cooldowns to win this lane. Here is how you should approach different levels. At level 1, start Q and look to break his passive with auto attacks and poke. The best thing you can do is to let him push the wave slightly so you have more room to trade. Pay close attention when the second wave comes in because he might hit level 2 before you, so respect his level advantage. Please don't start E against Malzahar because he will outtrade you at level 1 unless he's a dummy and walks up to your melee range. At level 2, you can look to combo him when he uses his E on minions. That stupid thing we talked about earlier. Don't worry about his passive that much because most Malzahar players would think that they are safe once they have it. So take that opportunity and punish his cooldowns. This is the most perfect optimal wave state that you wanna keep for the rest of the laning phase. Don't push into Malzahar yet and keep zoning him from minions and punishing his cooldowns. At level 3, once you have W, if he walks up, threaten an all-in by hitting your stun. Use the first part of the W to cancel his passive, then engage with your own combo. What do you mean in my games Malzahar can cancel my W stun? Yeah, I know Malzahar can actually cancel your stun with his passive, but here's how you avoid that in the first place. The first part of Ekko's W is a sphere that slows enemies. And since slow is considered crowd control, then Malzahar should lose his passive, right? But here's what you're doing wrong. Malzahar doesn't lose his passive immediately. Instead, it takes 0.25 seconds, so you need to wait for his passive to go down first. Then you step into W to stun him. I hope that makes sense. From level 4 to 5, you should be stronger now. Look for trades even if his passive is up. You want to press EQ on him and wait that short amount we talked about earlier. Then blink on top of him to do your full damage. Because if you instantly engage on him, you lose 90% of your damage and you don't want that happening. At level 6, play around his R. If you have vision of his jungler, you can bait out his ult and disengage with your own R. You can kill him easily if he wastes Nether Grasp. What kind of ultimate name is that? If you're not sure about
Nether Grasp
cooldown, never dive him under tower. Never engage on him once you're low. And never stay in lane if you are low and he has his flash up. Post level 6, focus on roaming when possible. Malzahar is hard to kill without jungle help, so push and move elsewhere. Let him be his team's problem, not yours. Come on, that was a good one, right? Malzahar is hard to dive, but he's also immobile. If your jungler can help, break his passive first, then go for a gank. If Malzahar is ahead, consider getting
Verdant Barrier
early to counter his ult. Otherwise, focus on standard Ekko items like Rocket Belt, just don't rush
Verdant Barrier
first item or your damage will feel like tickling. For wave management, let Malzahar push, but don't let the wave crash too hard. Keep it near your tower so you can farm safely and look for engages. Very nice day in Platinum Elo, nothing much is happening. I'm trying my best to cover topside jungle without me dying. They have good level 1 champions like Urgot and Pyke, and of course Malzahar the master baiter. I mean, he's making it too obvious that his team in the bush, right? As expected, Malzahar almost got me, but he got Yoni and said, at least we got Urgot's flash, right? Anyways, we're against Anairi Malzahar, and it looks like this Malzahar is not willing to push the wave as I expected him to do. My Q dealt little to no damage as you can see, and we're even in HP. This Malzahar is not trying to push the wave at all, and since I noticed that, I had the idea of pushing this wave as fast as I can to create a rebound. That's where minions bounce back and slow push towards my tower. From there, I'm looking to do the strat we talked about earlier. In this particular game, Shaco is their jungler and he's one of the fastest junglers at clearing his camps, and is gonna be a threat soon, so it's very important at this stage to ward his raptors if possible. The only way to do this is to push the wave as fast as I can, ward his raptors, and then recall on cannon wave. The moment I was willing to leave, I was confused by this Malzahar playstyle, and he almost felt like he's a bit dizzy or sleepy, not gonna lie to you guys. I combo him to test the waters out, and now I might look for him. I stepped back to secure myself from that clown, and when I saw him in the minimap, I stepped forward and engaged on Malzahar, securing the kill. Now I'm looking to waste this Shaco's time a little bit. And that's how you turn Malzahar from a stat checking bot into free gold. Break his passive, control the wave, and don't let him scale for free. If you play this right, he'll be as useful as an AFK player. Drop a like if this helped, and let me know what matchup you want me to do next. Until then, don't get suppressed, and I'll see you in the next one.